All right, we're live. What's up, guys? How's it going? $400 Pikachu giveaway. Hot breaks. Hot breaks. I always say hot breaks. I'm tired of saying hot breaks. You can't fathom how. Trying to just come up with words out of nothing. There it is. You can't fathom how big the Pokemon card market is. There we go. That's me pulling words out of my butt. All right, let's jump over here. How about... I'm going to jump here. We're going live for Friday day. Good. All right. Very nice. Let's grab this. By the way, is this the right? Yeah, it looks like it. Good. So we have pinged. We are ready to go. Good. Let's go ahead and hit refresh on the Nightbot. Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going? Okay, so the keyword is TCC. Is the Umbreon break still going? Umbreon break. I don't think it is. I'm trying to think of what you're talking about. It is? You mean the Espeon break? It must mean the Espeon break. Closing that. Grabbing this. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome, daytime stream. How are you guys today? We're pretty much starting... Well, we're almost on time. It's 4:27. The goal is to start at 4, but we are starting at 4:27. It is Friday, and the daytime streams have become a pretty important thing for us. Here we have this beautiful $400 Pikachu Platinum Pearl, beautiful poker card graded 10. Isn't that nice? A little bit of dust on the card there. Is that okay? Good. The brush is off. Good. 4:27. Blaze it. Oh, the Espeon break. Yeah, the Espeon break's still running. Still time to jump in that. We got a lot of great breaks running. I mean, we just have a lot of good breaks. You can't find them anywhere else. There it is. We could go over them real fast if you wanted to. We have a new pack split. This is the Ancient Origins pack split. Yeah, Ancient Origins, not cheap anymore. So there's Ancient Origins. Here is the Espeon VMAX. Ooh, 5 out of 26. We got the Mega Gengar. He's got a long way to go. The Heartbreak Jolteon, further along. We're hearing people call to finish this one up. Finish the Jolteon break. Here's Pikachu, that's free. The Bowser break, for 2 cards, it's Bowser and Mario. That is 3 out of 8. We need 5 people in there. Cloud, we need 10 people in Cloud. He's really come a long way. He needs 10 spots, so that guy suddenly moved. Somebody wants that to finish. And then we have a very short break, this Nido King. Very nice. Also... Trafalgar Law and Gengar. So we got a variety of cards. That's a broad variety of cards to jump into. Lots of breaks. I feel like the breaks slowed down a little bit. We are. All right. Do you guys feel that way? I feel like they slowed down a little bit. All right. Lovely. Okay. And then also, what are we starting today? Okay. So Danny Say No More needs some shipping. I got to get some shipping done for NHCC as well. But Danny's is very easy. So I'm going to get started with Danny's. Danny. Danny's has the easier one. Mr. Danny. Oops. He said that he managed to get his slabs without having to pay any import fees. How amazing. How amazing. All right. Very good. Oops. Let's take a quick look at that. What do we have here? 36, 33. They got a couple of slabs here, huh? Okay. All right. All right. Step number 1, we take these price tags off. We don't need to have these on here. There we are. I really like the vertical stream, says Super Dan. Cool. Some people miss the old style. That didn't peel very well. Yes, I actually do miss horizontal myself. Last night, did you guys see the announcements channel? Last night's announcement channel had 32 subscribes in last night's stream. I took a screenshot of the stream from last night. We've been showing off how the vertical stream is performing, and it's just really crazy. It's really crazy. It's not like horizontal. It's obvious. We got a lot more exposure. So this was last night's stream. Check this out. 6,500 views, 32 subscribes. Wow, that's pretty good. It's not bad at all. Why is that so high? I don't get it. Compare that to the horizontal stream was getting like a consistent 500 views. I mean, basically very little. That would be like a total of 1,000 per day. Just not that much. That one stream got 6,000 views. And people say, well, that's just people scrolling up through their feed. And it's like, well, it works. It works. 32 subscribes. That's a good number. Would you buy Skyrich Gengar for $25,000? If I had $25,000 that was just laying around and I felt like making a Pokemon investment, yeah, I'd buy that. I'd do it. Probably it's cheap at $25,000. You don't know. For all you know, this is the last time you see it at $25,000. All right, now, I genuinely wonder if it's because this is the format, the Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and everything. Who knows? But I do have a theory. Do you want to hear it? Yeah, tell us your theory. My theory is Mr. Mike's Side and I post a lot of shorts, and we get almost 600,000 views from those shorts. I mean, it's not almost. That's what we got in the last 30 days was 600,000 views. Wow, look at this. It said not too long ago we're at 98,779 for subscribers. We refresh. Now it's 98,836. We're making progress. We're moving. We are moving. All right, but when we go over to our analytics, says in the last 28 days, we had 620,000 views, almost all exclusively from shorts. And so to be in the vertical mode, my theory is people watch our shorts and then they swipe up and run into the live stream. That's my bet. That's my bet that something like that happens. YouTube takes note of all the people who took the time to watch our shorts. And then when we go live and they're scrolling again, YouTube says, remember that guy you watched his short? Look, he's live. So that is my bet, that we are finally cashing in on all the hard work of those shorts. And we might not have known it, but we should have been in vertical mode the entire time. Ooh, Ivan placed a big order. Okay, but before we take care of that, Mr. Ivan, let me jump over here. We got Danny saying more. We're helping Danny. This is all we're shipping, right, Danny? All right, this is clearly over a pound. Okay. Maybe I should get an exact weight, actually. Hey, what's up, Nintixo? How's it going, man? He says, I missed you guys. Where were you? You left me? No! Ugh. We have a nice group going. There we go. I feel like this is the local bar, but in Pokemon format. You know, people will meet up at a bar. People don't drink as much these days. Do you know that? Young people do not drink quite as much. It's not a bad thing. Okay, we have an exact weight on this. What's goody, Mr. Hoodie? I'm just excited to eventually pass 100,000 followers. We worked really hard on that. That number does not just represent like our stream. Our stream, maybe our stream could be bigger. Maybe we could try to get more people in here. I don't know. But what it really represents is all the hard work that Mike's Side and I have done on those shorts, because the shorts are a major driver of those subscribes. And for us to reach 100,000 followers is a super awesome threshold. Okay. Super awesome milestone. Oops. What the hell? There it goes. All right. Oh, nope, I need to edit that. So this thing should actually weigh a bit more. And then this one needs to be deleted. Okay, there it goes. Good. So I'm going to prepay the duties and taxes, and I think that that helps get these packages through, which I do not mind doing for our friend Mr. Danny St. Moore. Invalid rate. Declare value must be so-and-so. Really? Wait, let me see that again. Says it won't let me do it. All right. All right, he might have to pay a duties on this one. I think it was even warning me it wouldn't allow me to prepay the duties. It said because the amount was a little larger. All these rules, man. Are the tops TMNT stickers or cards? They are cards made out of cardboard. They are not stickers, and they're very nice. They feature April surrounded by a lot of turtles in precarious scenarios. April, just a woman hanging out in the sewers with ninjas. Cool. Okay, Ivan says he sent me a picture with the slabs he wants, and it looks like he's picking up a lot of slabs. So let's take a quick look into this. Okay, oh, that Umbreon. So my question is, are these cards that have made it to Discord already? Let me check real fast. We're heading over to our All Slab September channel. Oh, perhaps not. Okay, cool. So let me jump back into the private messages. Okay, we're starting over here. Aha, good. He wants that Psyduck. That one's a good one. There he is, Psyduck. He wants Snovert. Aha, Snovert. And he wants Jirachi. Well, you just picked all the best ones out. That's easy. Said just give me the good ones. All right, cool. So we end up with PSA 9 Jirachi for just 19 bucks. Snovert 9 from Mysterious Treasures. You guys realize that's one of those mid-era sets, 2009 Diamond Pearl. So that's pretty good. Misty Psyduck 9, very legitimate. And Umbreon 9 from Fates Collide. Those are some, all of those are solid 9s. I remember pricing those thinking these are pretty good. All right. Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going, by the way? Happy Friday. I hope you guys are having a nice Friday. All right. Jumping over there. We're going to say Ivan, Rod, Rodriguez. Okay. Texas Cannabis Art. Can I get a hell yeah, brother, for horizontal? Hell yeah. Mr. Nathan, did you see last night's vertical stream netted us 32 subscribers? One stream. 6,000 views, by the way. And that is why you see these vertical streams coming. That's why you see it. Okay, cool. We're going to do it. We're going to pass that 100,000 subscriber goal line, finish line. Wow. So that was some slabs leaving the table for sure. For sure, for sure. Now, we have some more slabs to take a quick look into, like this one here. Let me take a quick look into this. I was watching a video on 2x3 while playing games today, waiting for slab away slabs to pop up. Yeah? Slab away. We don't have those all the time. All right, let me look into this. Says that that was a 2023 card, and I bet that's when he asked for that grading. That's right. Okay, so this is another abandoned slab. It's 2 years old. We are nearly out of these. There's almost no more of these to uncover. Yes, there were a chunk of these that disappeared. Look, that's John's old handwriting. There are. All right. All right. Very good. Any more like that? We got this one here. The title said, looking at high-end slabs, was hoping some would be slapped up on the table. Sometimes I say that because I intend to work on it. But what happens is I realize how difficult it will actually be to replace those. And so I end up changing direction immediately in the stream. Okay. Now, I don't like what John did here. There's a bit of a space between the top line and the middle line. I wish he had not done that. Doesn't look so bad with the Porygon Z, though. All right, I wish he had done it a bit different. Okay. So we have a couple cards here to price up, including this Alice in Wonderland. Fusion Strike Espeon Law. Can I see your Fusion Strike Mew? Here it is. Fusion Strike Espeon. 1 in 26 odds. $40 chance to take the whole thing home. Already graded 10. Think about that. Already graded 10. Hey, $24 on that. Steamboat Willie. These cards are to be gotten rid of. That's it. We're not wanting a lot of money for them. I don't care if they're profitable. They're just to be gotten rid of. They're on sale. Okay. Elma Korogon Breath. She's like from that Dragon Maid thing. Look, that card's from 2022. Yeah, these are super old. These are abandoned. Hey, what's up, Lord Pop-Tart? What are the breaks right now? We just showed them off. We just showed them. You can't come in here asking that. What are the breaks? I have to crack out all the breaks again. All right, what about this Porygon? Now, this is a bit more substantial. It is, in fact, a 9. All right. What's that from? Ancient Origins? And it's a regular holo. Okay. Porygon. Ancient Origins. Here's a 7. Here's an 8. All right, time for a made-up price. There we go. Oops. There we go. Very nice. Porygon. So, William Wafter, he says, Topps Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I think he was just asking about this. You're supposed to be moving. Let some slabs go. Let it go. Let it go. Nah, because some of those slabs are irreplaceable. You can never replace them. They'll never show up for sale. And when they do, they'll show up for sale for like $1,000 more than what I sold it for. So they just can't be gotten rid of. They're too low pop. And that's why I talked about how, hey, you see these slabs with an incredibly low population? I always talked about how they have a better shot at going up. We got a really expensive low pop card right here, the Slowpoke from Leaf Green Poker. He's only population 4, but people won't consider him. That's why he hasn't sold. And that's exactly what was going on with the Heart Gold, Soul Silver, time period, Leaf Green, Fire Red period Pokemon cards then. And I was buying them saying, hey, you guys see these? They're like super low pop, right? And everyone's like, meh. We are. Some of them had been for sale before and people rejected them. Now that they've mooned, now people are like, hey, you got to sell me those. Yeah, what do we got? Michelangelo. It's like, you should have got them earlier. You're surrounded. That's how it works with Pokemon cards. When they're cheap, or when they're unproven, everyone thinks they're like crap. It's only after they've mooned that people go, okay, now I want it. And it's like, that's not the way to do it. The trick is to buy it when it's not clear that everybody wants it. That is the best time to acquire the card. It's when it's not clear that everybody wants it. It's not clear that it's going to moon yet. If you buy it after it moons, you're buying it at the peak of the market. All right. I recently obsessed over XY125 and 126. The palm of that card is absolutely nuts. Mickey Mouse sold and shipping. Nice. All right, there we go. Yeah, that's Steamboat Willie card. He's a lot of fun. I only wanted 20 bucks for him. Look at that, Michelangelo, beautiful card. William Wafter, this is the gradable card in the pack, but all these are gradable too. Fold that like that so they curve together. All right. So toss this over here. And then Mr. William with the W. Could this be you? Oh, we have a lot more junk packs. Did you know that? We have a lot more junk packs. I took a whole hour making some more junk packs. Not really worth my time. But on the other hand, there's a satisfying thing about the junk packs. I just have this huge backstock of cards that need to go. And the junk packs are getting rid of them a little bit. So I don't know. It's like cleaning almost. It's like an activity that doesn't really make you much money. Because really, I mean, you'd have to sell 100 of these to just make 300. And it takes a while to assemble 100 of these. I mean, you're probably looking at like 25 of them. And that took like an hour. And yeah, it takes a while. But yeah, it's really funny. It's nice seeing all the product go. People are buying these junk packs. They like them because they're $3. And what do they have in them? They've got junk. That's what's in them. They've got junk of them. And people love that. They go, okay, give me some of that junk. We have an order of Fathom, 2 Japanese, Hello Kitty. That's not what he wrote. He said Hello Titty. You know, you can't be saying that. Have you seen cards slide with the 60-40 rule and get a PSA 10? I have in the past. Not anymore. Not anymore. I've seen it in the past. They still have that up on their website. Modern Pokemon cards are held to a very high standard. And they claim that they will allow 60-40. You don't see that happening. They might reserve that ability to do 60-40. This is a really cute card. They might reserve that for like vintage cards. But modern, swear to God, it's not that easy. Swear to God, it's not 60-40. 60-40, by the way, is openly off-center, like plainly off-center. You can just see it with your eyes. The other reason why they might have that still in their... was thinking of buying a farm in Wyoming so I could do weed whacking without getting arrested. So the other reason why I think they still have that 60-40 is because if they got like older cards that have not been graded very properly, they probably want to make it so that, you know, they could be like, oh, well, that's just our standard. Instead of people saying, hey, this card is no longer a 10. All right, type in TCC to get into this $400 Pikachu giveaway. You must type these letters into chat. And I'm going to add one more rule. You must also be a subscriber. We will not, if you win it and you're not subscribed, I'm not going to hand it out, okay? It'll go to the next guy. Here's Ivan. I also have a pack slab. Ivan says, I also have a pack slab. You're ordering shipping. That's what's going on. Okay, you got it, man. Ivan, you might have to wait a little while for that shipping to arrive because Miss Alexis has already come in to do the shipping, so she is going to miss this round. I imagine anything X, Y, and before they'll let slide with the 60-40 since the quality is so bad. No, I wouldn't bet on that. I would not bet on anything. Ivan Rodriguez. I would not bet on anything. Let's hit print. PSA's grading has been insanely tough lately. I call it the pristine 10. Okay, good. In fact, it was so tough it annoyed me. All right, there we go. They are super, super tough lately. Maybe that was the particular grader I had, so we'll see. We'll see. If it is just the particular grader that I'm running into, well, then that sucks too, because it suggests that we have a different issue. All right. Here is another thing that could be sold. Let's see. Let me do a quick thing. The felt hat grater was the worst. Yeah. Raymond says, I think you missed my order last night. I remember you asking me when will you get to my order? And we never did get to a Raymond order. So now you're saying the theory is I never saw the order at all. Okay, so we're going to work on that right after this. But give me a second. We have a Nintendo game pack. Series 2, an extremely rare booster pack. Okay. We have a graded one, not to mention. So it looks like a graded booster pack goes for around, oh wow, there's $65 shipping for that as well. So around $225. Oh my God. Oh my God. They're so expensive. It's shocking how expensive these are. I know why they're expensive. It's because the booster pack itself is exceptionally rare. You guys have seen the Nintendo Game Pack Series 1. They did a limited print run of Series 2, and not a lot of that survived. I've sold a lot of these. We had them graded. Now, that's graded a 7, but that doesn't really matter. The 7's not a big deal. Actually, a 7's a good grade, because remember, these are super old, super vintage wax packs. They just don't grade 10. That's just how it is. They don't grade 10. So the price on this shall be $175. Here it is. Okay. All right. Got like 3 major chases from Sword and Shield. So Raymond says, maybe we just didn't do my order last night. Let's go looking for it, Mr. Raymond. Sorry about that. How's it going, Mr. Raymond? I might slap away iPad Kid Chansey. the chunky Chansey. She's all square. She's hip to be square. All right, let me jump over here real fast. I believe she is population 1. That is one of the things going on with that card. So it's very fun to own a Pop 1 card. Typically does come with a big price tag. I mean, there's not a lot of Pop 1 Pokemon cards of anything. But you also have to keep in mind, one day she could be Pop 2. Okay, so don't forget that part. For being realistic. Okay, so, hey, mister, can I get 2 English Weiss Nikke? Ordered last night at 12:31 a.m. Okay, 12:31, huh? So you ordered that pretty early in the stream. From the when I do the math in my head on the time, because I have to convert it to my time. All right, Nikke it is. Wow, I feel bad for you then. Let me go grab these packs. I wonder what went wrong. Oof, I had to dig them out. Okay, we got 1. Why don't I give you a bonus? We're going to give you this promo card as the bonus. And 2, even though you only ordered 2 packs. Can I slab away an Ancient Origins pack? Yes, you can. For the box break, you totally can. It works a little bit different from a typical slab away. First of all, there's no fee. There's no fee. So normally slab away comes with a fee, like a cancellation fee, and it comes with a, well, actually, maybe there should be still some sort of cancellation fee, because PayPal will charge me 3.5% when you cancel. So I think I'll probably have you cover that if you cancel. But there's no slab away fee to get a spot in the Ancient Origin box. You can just get in it with no fee. Any money you pay toward it just goes toward the pack. But also, the finishing time is very different. So normally you get a 6-month time period, right? Well, not with booster box breaks. You're out of time when the list fills up. So that could happen in a year, that could happen in a month. We don't know. Just really depends on demand. So when you do slab away on something like this guy right here, you're basically saying I accept the risk that it might finish like in 2 months. And that's how it works, okay? But yeah, there's no slab away fee for a pack in here. If you cancel, we'll do 3.5%. Remind me that I said that when if you cancel. Here. Don't cancel, just pay it off. I'm really not sure what I want to slab away. There's too much stuff. Here we are. I would like to slab away the super good one that's also super underpriced, please. Yes, I'll take one very good one, and I'll take it at half market price, please. Can I just get it really cheap, maybe? Ready, Raymond? Don't forget to write that I have a big slab on the shipping. Okay, I'm going to go write that on your label. We don't want that missed. Good catch. She might... Thing is, she knows to check for that, but it's very good to remind her because then there's a very low chance she'll miss it at all. We are... Ooh. Mr. Raymond picking one full art up. Okay. Around this way. Good. Ta-da! Raymond. Raymond Still, Raul, Ralph, Randall, Raul Pinnan. New bag, Mr. Raymond Polgarin. I recognize you. I feel like you've been around for a while. Here he is. Now this bag says 1024 on it. Weird. We didn't service it last night, and I already noticed, did I? These were 2 Nikke packs. Am I going crazy? Nah, you probably ordered those the other day. I bet you ordered those the other day. I'm going crazy. All right, there you go, Mr. Raymond. Thank you so much. Did you see Xbox raises prices again? I love paying tons of money for games. It's going to happen, guys. Nintendo Wii already did it, or whatever it's called, Switch. PlayStation's going to do it. Xbox is going to do it. It's because everything's going up in price. Nothing is unaffected. If the cost of food is going up in price, the cost of your Xbox is going up in price. Period. All right, so jumping back over here. Just how it is, I'm afraid. You can tell them you don't like it by just not buying it. But, you know, eventually you will buy it. There's nothing in the world that can replace video games. They could technically ask as much as they want, and you would still try to find a way to buy it. Thing is, they want to sell as many units as possible, so they try to strike the best price per demand or ability to pay. Here it is, Ivan Rodriguez, picking this up. Here you go, Ivan. Silksong may have made a big dent in that $20 game. Doing so well, it's making small studios upset that they can afford to release their games. Yeah, that's a strategy. Strategy is to make the game really cheap. I mean, Minecraft was never that expensive, was it? Here's Mr. Zach. He says 2 prismatics. 2 prismatics. Ooh, time to get more prismatics. All right, good. Here you are. Is the Pikachu free? It is. You must subscribe and type in the letters TCC into the live chat. That's how you get into the Pikachu. I only play free games. Can you hold that TCC 9.5 for $33 for Sunday? I can set them to the side maybe. It's not a big deal. I can't promise that no one else can buy them though. I don't think that would be fair. Here we are. That's basically slab away. Here we are. All right. Ready? Big Mac meal and frappe with nuggies. My wages are not going up in price. They are. Yeah, you do get pay increases. Companies do pay more. But here's a question. What goes up faster? Your pay increase or the cost of living? And the answer is the cost of living, of course, is going up faster. It's going up faster, or it's going up just enough to kind of keep you in balance, to make sure you never get wealthy. Make sure you never get wealthy. There's a lot of economics to that, and a lot of people just blame the rich on that. And they don't see that the bigger fraud, the bigger problem, cheap loans. So interest rates. We all want interest rates to be really cheap, right? Really low so we can get the cheap mortgage. So we can just infinitely borrow. But you know who really loves to borrow? Billionaire corporations borrow at low interest rates. And guess what? That's very similar to money printing, if you did not know that. Because they borrow $60 million at 4%, and then they go buy $60 million of stuff, and they just pay a little interest on that, just a little bit. Very close to the same thing as money printing, because that money just, poof, comes out of nowhere. That debt comes out of nowhere. Here it is, Zach. Very similar. It causes an inflationary effect. But also the government prints money to borrow to itself. It says, hey, Federal Reserve, loan us some money. Don't worry, we'll pay it back. All right, we'll pay it back once the money has no value. Thank you, Mr. Zach. And that is what is really keeping your purchasing power down. It's not just, you know, Jeff Bezos or something. Jesus Aguilera, cloud break and 100 for slab away. Ah, the cloud break's getting close, guys. Oh, yeah. Big Mac meal and a frappe with nuggets. All right. Here it is, Mr. Aguilera. Aguilera. Good. And this goes into a baggie over here. Let's count these up. Make sure we're really at 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We really are. We're at 11 out of 20. Cloud's going to finish. Boop, boop. All right. 11 out of 20. 100 for slab away. Yes, sir. All right. Let's see. What? You can't hide Carter plays messages. He was just trying to get in the giveaway. Now he'll never be able to get in the giveaway. Blocked him on my end. How could you guys do that? Poor Carter. He was just trying to get a free one. All right. So we're going to jump over here to Sabaway and look you up. Let's see. Ah, here you are. You have the XY Blastoise going down to $372. Boom. All right, that's updated. Now we'll never get the free one. How could you guys do that? Oh my gosh, that cloud. Oh, he's the... Actually, I think he is the fastest moving break right now, surprisingly. A couple people jumped into him. That doesn't sound right. But also, somebody pulled 3 spots in this cloud break out of the live customs too. So that has skyrocketed him up to 11 out of 20. So there is some momentum behind the cloud break. Beatrice, aloha, mister. Aloha. Paying off my slab away and sending for shipping. I should have 26 slabs. Holy cow, dude. And 2 bags. Whoa. All right, let's take a quick look into that. That's a big thing. Okay, so you've got the Ho-Oh over here. Go find it. There we go. Beatrice. Oh, wow. It's a nice card. All right. There you go. So that is paid. Aw. How could you guys do that to Carter Plays? Let's see. Actually, I don't think you needed to hide them. You could actually give them like a day-long pause. Did you know that? So you can hide them for a full day. So Beatrice, we're gonna take this, bop that away. Guess he didn't learn the lesson. Donnie blocked him on my end. Oh my gosh, that cloud. 26 slabs. Dang, I have 17 slabs over with Mr. and dreading the international shipping. Yeah, I mean, yeah. You can keep it over, you know, you can pay $20 and I'll image all your slabs for you in a private channel. You can just keep them over here for a super long time if you want. We can also forward your slabs to a consignor if you ever want to, like Propstein. Probably go with Propstein these days. Here's Beatrice. Now, we are getting ready to do some shipping. Let's find the Beatrice bags. Beatrice. Oh, Scooby-Doo, ba-doo-be-doo, ba-doo-be-doo. That's an expired bag. Why do we keep that in there? Brendan, Brett, Brandon. Most of these boxes are just filled with Brett Love bags at this point. Bryson, Brandon, Brad Bettle. Brandon Lower, huh? That's a very cool Pikachu Ace. Congrats in advance to whomever it goes to. Could go to you. You just got to get lucky. Yeah, could go to anyone. All right. Could go to Miss Beatrice. We're going to put Beatrice in here. Beatrice, you bought a lot of cards for me over time. I'm going to put you in here, give you a shot at it. You ready? Okay. Number 5, Beatrice. All right. So you got a little spot in here. You didn't buy it. I'm just putting you in there for free, for fun. And then let's grab this boxy box. You did, in fact, have 2 bags. Here you are. Would you grade the new code cards, the Pikachu code cards from the Mega Set? Code cards? What? I snuck out real quick to say hi and like the stream. Mahalo, mister. Me too, mister. With my unluckiness. Here we are. I got to be careful. I don't want to hand out a free one to everyone because the whole list will fill up. So I'm just giving one to Miss Beatrice. She's been here for a couple years. All right, so let me go ahead and get that big shipment out. Ready? If I hand one to you and I hand one to Beatrice, there's going to be a third person that says, okay, what about me? So I'm just going to do it a little one-off thing for Miss Beatrice and keep it simple. All right, now we're going to use an expensive shipping box because we don't want anything going wrong with all your beautiful slabs. Okay, and then we might as well have signature on it, okay? So it's going to be a little expensive, this one. Whew, that is a pricey label. Mr. I'm sorry, I was joking. No, you don't have to be sorry. What about me? The new Mega Set has new Pikachu code cards. Code cards. We have graded code cards before. Yeah, we've definitely graded code cards before. Remember, oh, what was the name of the set? It had like these interest. It was, you know, it was some specialty set like Shiny Star, and so Shiny Star had like these code cards in it that would include on the front of the card. It was like VMAXs of the Pokemon. So we graded those and sold those for some good money actually. Sometimes. Talking like $100 sometimes if it was Charizard. Okay, we're buying $1,000 of postage. Your request is approved. All right, there we go. That's a lot of postage. Okay. Let's grab Mr. Ivan's label as well because we still need to update that label. We are going to say on it, big slab. Okay, so I updated your label to say that. Good. Is DR booster boxes going to get another print run? I don't know about the booster boxes getting another print run, but okay. Don't miss. Okay. Why so expensive? What, the shipping? Oh, this particular shipping did not cost $1,000. This one cost me like $33. But it was time to purchase more shipping postage. We run through our postage. We have like a fund for it, and we run through it all, and then you buy some ahead of time. So we have now ran through another $1,000 of postage. Shows you postage is a major expense on what we do. And then, you know, Miss Alexis, she gets paid pretty good to handle our cards. She gets a very good hourly wage to do the shipping, and that's part of the cost as well. Okay, we got Mr. Kokiko going right here into the cloud. Victor Kokiko. This is like the base set Charizard of clouds. If you did not know that, that's what he is. Square Enix released their own card game called Opus Final Fantasy, and he was the first cloud of the first base set. That's what this is. And it looks good too. So it's not ugly. It looks great. Card's now super expensive. Okay, so there you have it. It's now super expensive. The box he comes out of is super expensive. He's very hard to pull. We've opened a lot of this product. It's on the menu, by the way, if you want to just open that product. But that's 12 out of 20 now. We have 8 spots left on the cloud. He is moving. Funny how much faster break moves after the midway point. Okay, so Beatrice, we take care of that for you. You get a spot on that break. Here's Mr. Houghton. He'd like a pack of the Japanese 151. All right. And we're sending your card out to tag, which is coming very soon because I'm about to do a couple other things. I got to take care of the cross grade submission. Femboy Cloud card, I'd buy. Oh, yeah? We are. I can draw a dress on him right now. Okay, ready? Ta-da! Tangela. Whoa, look at that Tangela. Very nice. Now that Death's Arrival's got pricey, didn't it, man? That's like got crazy pricey. Mr. Christopher Houghton. Good. We have an order hit them. 1 Weiss Hello Kitty, 3 Mega Simps. 1 Weiss Hello Kitty, and 3 Mega Symphonia. Where do I get Mega Symphonia from? Here it is. Mega Simp. Anything interesting happening in the news today? I think people are still talking about the whole Jimmy Kimmel thing. What else is going on? Oh, that one singer, the David guy. They found the dead girl in his car. Ooh, did you guys hear that news story? Who heard that news story? He has a very, very popular song that I run into on TikTok from time to time. And it turns out that song likely was talking about his girlfriend who had gone missing. And it appears he may have, or most likely, did murder her. They found her dead body in his car. Pretty dark. But yeah, that would have been the rapper's Tesla vehicle. They found her in the trunk. And what's weird also is she was underage. She was not old enough to be dated. So she was like 15 or something is what I understand. And so that is a huge story going around right now. I can't escape it. It's everywhere I turn. It is. Oh. Dude, that guy belongs under the prison. It's pretty dark, isn't it? It's like, actually, it's a really crazy story. People are like analyzing the lyrics to his most popular song. And the one you run into on TikTok. And one of the lines goes something like, "In the back of my mind, you died." And now people are wondering, like, is he actually referencing that he knew she was dead? Like, what is it? Or was this premeditated? Or what is going on with these lyrics now? Him talking about, a lover named Celeste, which is actually the name of the girl who's gone missing. So the song is her name. All right, let's see. So that is really nuts. Knew her since she was 12. Yeah, that is not right. There are so many layers to that. I saw the short of the Box Toppers Ministry. Glad to see they're getting some loves. Oh, yeah. Box Topper time. So there we go. The queue is clear. We're 50 minutes in. Let's hand out a spot on this coveted Pikachu giveaway. Are you ready? All right. If you want to participate in the Pikachu giveaway, you need to type in TCC in the live chat. I'm also requiring that you're a subscriber. If you win the Pikachu and you're not subscribed, I'm going to hand it out to somebody who is subscribed. It's a small price to pay. Here is J-Dog getting spot number 6. So this list will fill up to 20, and then we'll roll a 20-sided die, and that will determine who gets it. Okay, so J-Dog's on there. I plan on finishing this over the weekend, so you guys are in the daytime stream for Friday. Happy Friday, by the way, guys. All right, we're resetting the queue now. So the queue is reset, and if you typed TCC in the past, you will need to retype it today. All right, there we go. Cool. You'll need to retype it right now. So what does that leave us with? That leaves us with some more work to do. We got this guy who also appears to have some abandoned products. Yeah. Let's take a look into this old fellow. We're going to use our stuff here. We did restock the junk packs are restocked if anyone wants junk packs. Okay, this guy's stuff is over a year old. He has been gone for 1 year. Kind of don't want to take his stuff until it's been a little longer, maybe. Let's see. What did he actually leave behind? Oh, he didn't really leave anything behind. That's why it's the way that it is. All right, so I think I'm going to leave his stuff alone, but we are going to mark it. It is already expired right now, but I don't want his stuff, but he needs to get it. So he was last here 7/24. Looks like he had a card come back from PSA and it didn't grade very well. I wonder if that kind of happens where people see that and they go, you know what, forget about it. You know, like I don't even want it anymore. Okay. Just writing some dates down. Yeah, like, look, this is like a $15 Ditto. Maybe he just doesn't care about it. He just doesn't want it. And got some old slabs with John's handwriting on it. The cursed John slabs. All right. Those shall return to the shipping box unscathed. All right. Got a cheap slab here. Little Bulbasaur 6, huh? What's that Hitmonlee? That is called Tora Karuta Hitmonlee. It comes out of the Koro Koro magazine, 1996. PSA does grade and authenticate it because it's a very cool, special thing from Koro Koro. Pretty neat. We've documented these and shown them off multiple times, and that's the Hitmonlee. Now, notice it says 37, 1, and 2. That's because it's a break. It's a gym break. It's a gym break suited for 2 people. So you can jump in for 37 and try to take him, or you might miss. Somebody will. Somebody will miss. We don't know who. You might miss. Woo! What's this? Oh, yeah, yeah. So we still have this. Does CS-Man know that I didn't actually put it away? I think he wanted me to use his store credit on that. I think he wanted that. He asked me for it. And what is this thing over here? Oh, yeah, we set this to the side for a moment. So here's a little Bulbasaur. They probably smell like cigarettes. Yeah, no, they don't. Because he did try to smoke in my house once, and I was like, I will fire you so fast if you smoke anything in here. He tried to smoke marijuana, and Kirsten and I thought our house was on fire. We're like, what is that smell? Our house is on fire. We were freaking out because we were ready to call the we were ready like in 2 seconds to call the firefighters if there was a fire breaking out because of the cards, right? And then we figured it out. Oh, it's marijuana. We'd been around marijuana so little we didn't know the smell of it. And I told him, I was like, you can't smoke it outside the house or inside the house. I'll go nuts. And so I was very uncool that way. But he respected those wishes from then on. You sell on eBay? Do I sell on eBay? I do now. I do sell cards on eBay. I used to never sell there. All cards used to strictly be sold here on the table, but we do a little bit on eBay because kind of you have to. We're about to start getting big 500 slab returns from tag grading. And so my theory is that our output here on the table will not be able to match our input from what we're getting back. Because while we grade 500 with tag, we're still going to grade with PSA. We're still going to grade with BGS. So we're going to grade with all these companies. I'm going to be getting like 700 slabs a month. And I have to liquidate. I have to liquidate. Send for the Bulba. Okay, let me set him to the side. I can't hold on to that much product, so it has to sell. And so I think for anything that doesn't quickly, you guys will have first dibs on all the good stuff right here on our table. But for anything that doesn't sell fast enough, eBay time, eBay time because I need the whole wide world to take a look at it, and that way we have a chance to liquidate it fast enough. Because those, when it's time to pay for those grading submissions, and you got like 200 cards in the submission, it's like $4,500 or some crazy number. I don't know, some giant number. Return shipping, taxes. You pay taxes on that. They don't tell you that when you're signing up to do some grading. And guess what? When you get into the $2,500 realm of grading, that's a lot of taxes on that much money. So, you know, that those bills come in for the grading. Plus, you actually have to have sourced the cards somehow too, right? So we are expecting very soon to start having an influx of slabs that is larger than we've ever had. And I don't know how that's going to go. You guys might find it hilariously fun. So you might be able to come in here and find all kinds of very interesting slabs, premiumly graded for you already. And that might attract new people. I don't know. But if it does not attract new people, it's the same old, and our sales output is the same old, I will have too many slabs. 500 a month from just one company is too many. So the only reasonable answer is I need to hire somebody to list slabs on eBay for me. And I think I was offering $1.50 a slab, so it's a flat fee. And I take the picture for you, and sometimes I help with the price too. So your job will be like data entry. So if you list 100 slabs, you make $150. And it might be a good job if it's a situation where maybe you're sitting at home bored already and you just want a little side cash, or you really like this stream and you watch the stream and maybe you got something to do while you're watching or something like that. But I've had 3 guys have asked about the job, and I haven't really responded to any of them. And I need to do that. I need to respond to them and say, hey, let me hook you up. There is a guy currently doing it, but I pay him a bit too much to do the job, because it makes sense for me to pay him to do that job on some really expensive slabs. But if we're going to do 500 slabs and they might be worth like $30 or something, it won't make any sense anymore. So it's too much. The old system's too much. So we need a new system. I have data entry experience, says Sire Carrot. Nice. eBay listing is time consuming. It's time consuming. It's boring. If you make a mistake, it's expensive. I totally agree. And we'll play around with it. We'll see how it goes. I sent the $33 and the 10. Uh-oh. So the Bulbasaur might have already sold. We'll find out who got Bulbasaur first. I apologize. So William Wafter, you sent yours at $5.19. And Mr. Ivan Rodriguez had sent his, give me a second here, basically at the same time. So now we're going to open up the data here to see who sent it officially first. Okay, remember this number, Mr. Ivan, yours was sent in at 15/19/17. So 19/17. Okay, 17 is like the millisecond, right? And then William Wafter, yours is, click and show original. Yours is 1945. He actually sent in for it first. Yours is 15/19/45. Wow. He got you by like 30 milliseconds. That's nuts, dude. All right, but it is his now. That is the nature of buying a slab that 2 people want at the same time. Those were the rules that we set. All right. Crazy, Mr. Ivan. I can also send screenshots anytime we have something like live customs or like a slab you really wanted. We can send pictures, DMs that show the exact order of the queue. My job isn't to pick favorites or winners. My job is to pick exactly the correct order and to make it totally available to you to see the data behind that. That's how we do it. That's what makes this stream so good. So you can buy into something like the live customs and feel very confident about that. All right, William Wafter also wanted 10 Korean Destined Rivals. Korean Destined Rivals. What a great set. What a fantastic set. But do I need a fresh box of it? Where did I put it? Looking for Destined Rivals. I'm not seeing Destined Rivals. New box of Destined Rivals. I'll be back, guys. 30 seconds, not milliseconds. Okay, you're right. You're right. It's not showing milliseconds. It's showing the seconds, isn't it? You're right. My bad. Okay. Got some of these. So Karis's friend has officially moved out here to Lake of the Ozarks, and they're hanging out on Saturday, probably when I'm sleeping. Let's grab this. There we go. She moved out here. I think she's trying to steal Karis from me. Mistress been gone for 5 seconds. Panic! Turn that up. Trying to build my collection using TCC slabs. Oh, that's cool, man. I won't have a lot of those left. Those will be gone eventually. The ones you see coming up for sale, those are abandoned ones. Here we are. Where are the cheaper slabs at? Yeah, where are the cheap ones at? It was 10 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Look at that. I grabbed exactly 10. So that is a story. This... I'm a little worried that her friend being out here in Lake of the Ozarks will make it so that I do all this planning to move to a tax-free place, and now Karis will want to stay just because of her friend. And I'm questioning how badly I want that, you know? So it's kind of an interesting, like I don't want her to be lonely or anything either. So it's like, in a way, it's a good thing. Here we are. That her friend's out here, but I find it... kind of also interesting that it could be a very big financial impact to stay here in Lake of the Ozarks for one thing like that. Here's Spidey Ops. Stay in Lake of the Ozarks and use my tax-free state address. There we go. I really hope your slabs return one day in the future. So for us to really get back into that encapsulation and all that, I would have to like hire a guy who really loves encapsulating and just wants to work around and with me. And I don't know if I can manage to do that. So, well, here's the thing. We had it with John. It was going really great until it wasn't. And it was so dramatic, all of that. And, you know, not having to deal with that sounds kind of nice. It actually does not sound that bad. It sounds kind of nice to not deal with that anymore. Now we've got this deal with tag grading, and I feel like that's actually pretty smart. You know, I specialize in what I do, and they specialize in what they do. So I don't know. We will always have the ability to encapsulate cards, but I might not have the motive to focus my time and energy on it. There's a lot of things I can focus on, by the way. So like instead of encapsulating cards, we could take our little spare time and just play video games together. Like we got an upcoming video game, Nintendo video game coming. Pokemon Legends CA. Maybe we just play Pokemon together or something like that, you know? Or maybe I make long-form content, or maybe I do some third thing like working out a bunch, which I need to do badly. I need to work out. And so, you know, it might be time to semi-retire from the workload that I usually take on and focus on other things in life. And so, I don't know. I haven't really decided 100%. Read my last message, says William Wafter. Can I do 4 Korean white flare in place of that slab? Yes, sir. Korean white flare. I might need some more of these. Oh my God, I had exactly 3 of them. Damn it. Okay, let me get some more Korean white flare. I'll be back. Actually, I think we're almost sold out of that white flare. All right, I brought in some bonus boxes so that next time we will not have to go out to get them. Wow, I can see all of the slabs we have. We've got so many. Set these down here, and we'll set this down here, and we'll get our music playing because it keeps stopping. How many body weight squats have you done today? I've not done any squats yet today. We're going to do so many squats today. Yo, Ivan Rodriguez. Ready? Ugh. Going to the gym right now, but today is arms. Yesterday was boulders. Ooh. Snip this. Very nice. Okay. Good. Okay, so that's William Wafter. Thank you, William. Thank you so much. I see you have an order in there, Mr. Zach, so we're going to get that real soon. Ready? Boldor, Jellicent. Hydreigon. Sock'em Bop'em. I never liked these guys. They were never as good as Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan. And the Gear. Yeah, the Gear's kind of a ripoff of Magneton, right? So, come on, Pokemon, do something. Pokemon really said, let's just copy our old ideas. Magneton 2.0. Dude, Magneton was way cooler than this. Look at this. Nah, dude. William Wafter. They're both goofy, of course, but I mean, it is just clear that it's better. Will that mean that the TCC slab request will take longer? Slab request. It's not going to take longer. It's just that I may not offer it in the future. Here's Vaporeon, and here is Jigglypuff. It might be something that I just do on a rare occasion in the future. Mr. Zach. Zach says he wants a box of Sneaker Bunko Volume 2. Ooh, pushing that Sneaker Bunko. That's a fresh case, by the way, of that Sneaker Bunko. You might have remembered me saying that before. Making sure I don't have a box of it in here already. Okay, grabbing a fresh box. Picked up Lieutenant Surge Magneton Japanese in a 10. It's so pretty. All right, if you're just tuning in, we have a $400 Pikachu giveaway going on. Here it is. I'll need you to type in TCC to join that giveaway, and be sure to subscribe as well. We're pushing that real hard because we're getting really close to 99,000. I can taste it. I can feel it. I'm going, All right, what we got? The Dragonite that was sent in August. Here it is. Yes. Here it is. Look at that. The vending machine story. What the hell? Okay. Box of Sneaker Bunko. I'm here for the free Pikachus. Thanks, mister. Love the free ones. He's a nice free one. Yeah, he's a pricey one for sure. There we go. Nice that he graded 10. Hard to do that. You know, those decks that he comes out of, they've gotten expensive over time. Yep. There we go. I just sent off some Silver Deck Part 2 cards to BGS, including a Tyranitar. I hope that card grades Black Label. It probably won't, but man, that'd be good. Black Label. Here's a holo. Holo. Santa Claus Girls. Okay, sleeving this up. Boop. Now we've got this girl's kind of in a revealing outfit. Now, I don't want to go through every single bulk card in this. I remember this set. Let's get to it. Let's get it done. Ready? Okay, Doggy Girls, obviously. Also, this is obvious. So there you go. That's what it's about right there. You got full art Bikini Babe. Nice. This is called Sneaker Bunko Volume 2. We have like 7 cases of this left because when it came out, I bought a half pallet. So we've got plenty. Lots of signatures left. Lots of major chase cards. Apparently, there's some really big chase cards. Make sure I don't miss any hollows. Okay, I believe that is your 3rd full art there, Mr. Zach. Mr. Zach, bark, bark. We can switch it to tag if it's the same price if you want. I can switch it over to tag. We are. I don't mind. Okay. All right. Here's a hollow. Can I buy any packs to be open on stream? That's right. That's right. That's what we do. We open packs live. We also host breaks and booster pack openings and free ones. Those are some of the major things we do. Oh, I know what we need. We need a new jumbo pack break. The last one finished. Dude, the jumbo pack break might be the most popular break on this channel. And we only invented it a couple months ago. Jumbo pack break. Just random stuff. Whole bunch of it. People love that. They love the concept of it. Konnichiwa. All right, you got one cool bikini babe. Nice. Bikini babing it up. Everything that's for sale is in the menu. Okay, thank you guys. Really nice of you. I'm telling you guys, we've met so many new people in vertical mode. It's crazy. Zach also wanted 20 of the Korean rocket. Here you go, 20 Korean rocket. Ah, my arm. There we go. Let me guess, that's exactly 20. Yeah, that should be exactly 20. All right. Can you do a Pokemon pack break? Yeah, we can. We are doing that. It's this card right here. We call it a pack split. $23 a spot. There's 10 cards. You get 1 card. Somebody will get the reverse hollow, which I don't know if you guys were paying attention to last night, but we were looking at the reverse hollow in this set. Some of those reverse hollows, like the Evolutions, in a 10, I kid you not, we're selling for like almost $500. They're like $480. So we found like a Jolteon, and he sold for like over $400 in a 10. He was just a reverse hollow. So that's serious business. At this point, that is serious business. All right. That pack, by the way, came out of a sealed box that we owned, and I just stopped selling them by the pack at some point because I realized they were going up in price to some ridiculous price, and so I stopped selling them that way. Here we are. All right. And can you do a Pokemon pack break? A jumbo pack break with mostly Pokemon in it. We've done that. We've done that a few times. We played around with that idea. Here we are. All right. We can switch to tag to make it easier for you. I don't mind that at all. That sounds good to me. So we'll get that swapped over to tag grading. And you know, it'll be faster anyways. Here, you'll go out with the next round of tag grading. Zamazenta. So you got the Mewtwo. That's not bad. It's a good card. It's a good card, really. Here's Mewtwo. Sent for the Vaporeon Poker Slab. That's a nice one. Population 5 from the Gold Star era. That's leaf green. Fire red, leaf green. It's a very interesting poker set because it's one of those poker sets you can't seem to consistently find. And when you do, it's consistently really expensive. So it's very fascinating. And where do we see that pattern? We see that in general with that whole time period. That whole time period is like that. Like Pokemon just decided that year, there's no demand, and so don't print very much. And so we see that with the playing cards. Those playing cards, I bet you guys did not know this, but these playing cards are printed by Nintendo. This is a Nintendo product printed by Nintendo. It's not printed by a third company. Did you guys know that? That's true with these Bowser cards here too. So you guys might have noticed this very cool Bowser break. And by the way, this one's in a break. We had one that was just directly for sale, and he got put in a slab away and paid for. But this is printed by Nintendo. It's called Nintendo Retro Mario. And so it's not like a random third-party product. This is Nintendo, just like this card in front of you is Nintendo. It is. So I don't know if you guys ever think about that. I think about that when I decide to start grading it. Here's Spatiops. There's also the Bicycle Company. They're pretty cool. Okay, here's Crobat. And Cold, very nice. Yeah, like when you think about it, Carddass, that's Bandai Namco. Top Sun is Top Sun. Yeah, there's all this other stuff like Merlin, others. And but these poker cards are actually Nintendo. The same company that prints the main card set. Oops, guess this guy was supposed to go in here. There it goes. All right, so there we have it. Mr. Zach, didn't Nintendo start off as a playing card company? Yes. Yes, so a long, long, long time ago, Nintendo was printing playing cards, like for poker, or whatever they would have been playing back then. Probably not poker, but whatever they were playing. And they eventually started getting into TCGs. That's exactly what happened. And I've looked at some other cool things I've thought about grading too, but it's all just sort of play around with kind of stuff. Like the Bowser, he's not Pokemon. So I don't know if over time he goes up in price the way Pokemon does. He's still cool though. Okay, Mr. Zach. But so I just play around with him. He's not as serious as Pokemon card grading. Pokemon card grading is the real meat and potatoes. The Vaporeon's very serious. All right, here we are. Moving this and popping this in here. Good. Whew. Let's get rotation on these slabs real fast. We got a expensive Tora Karuta Mr. Mime. Beautiful card. Actually, I realize so far away you can't really see it. This is a Ditto that has gotten the OC grade. That is an error grade. And here is nice Gengar with this tongue out. There's so many packs to choose from now. Yeah, there's too much. Definitely too much. Okay, so now we've got Ivan Rodriguez, the Porygon slab. We already did that. Porygon slab is yours. And then we have Steven Sistrunk, and he says, Slabbing Away CGC 10 Expedition Pichu Reverse. Did that one get put up for sale? Hold on. I think I showed that one, but I don't know if I priced it. Did I price that one? Wait, what was the price on that pack break? The pack break. Oh, the pack split was 23. Oh my God, this won't load. Discord's like broken for me. Give me a second here, guys. I don't remember if I put that Pichu for sale, did I? Okay, it's not loading for me. Let me jump over here. We are jumping into the Pricey Slabs channel. There it is. It loaded instantly. I don't think I can give you the Pichu. We had not priced it yet. He is in the Pricey channel. I take it all back. He's totally for sale. All right, let me go find him. My bad, dude. I wasn't sure. Okay, let me try and find him here. Where is he? Oh, there. Oh, okay, yeah. So there it is. Okay, perfect. Now I can go remove him. What day was he? He was on 9/4. Okay, 9/4. Okay. We're going to say Pichu sold. Very nice. Let's go find him. Caillou Rim. How do you buy from here, says Clint. It's so easy, Clint. It's not that challenging, I promise. It's not too challenging. To buy from here, you just have to be able to send me some money on like Cash App or PayPal or ZELLE or Venmo. That's it. We don't do a website. You can find everything in the description of this live stream, and then you just send me money for what you want. That's it. And I receive an email when that occurs, and then you get your stuff. Shipping is a unique type of shipping. We do not automatically ship product. Your product stays over here until you order $9 shipping. So you have to pay for a round of shipping. We call it a round of shipping. And then all your stuff gets bundled together and shipped together. We do it that way because a lot of people tend to buy stuff today, a little bit tomorrow, a little bit the day after that. So that's why we do it that way. So when they're ready to ship, they spend $9 on shipping and it gets bundled together and it ships out together. Saves a lot of money, actually. There we are. So like, let's say you wanted this Omastar. You would just send me $380 on PayPal or on Cash App, and then it's yours. We write your name on the back, and then we store your slab in a storage place. When you want to ship it, you will pay $9 and we ship it out. But by the time you want to ship it, you might have 10 more slabs. That's how it works. Just like that. We've been in business now for 7 years. 7 years, non-stop. Non-stop online rip and ship sales. 7 years, a long time. Actually, I think this is the oldest rip and ship channel for Pokemon on YouTube, right? That's true, right? Because we were the first one as well on YouTube. So this is the oldest one. Both of those statements would be true. Where's that Pichu? That's cool. Look at that Jolteon, guys. Okay, we got this nice Mr. Mime. We got a nice Dusclops. Here's a nice Deoxys Reverse Hollow. Ghastly, a nice Murkrow. Ah, Pichu. Very nice. Dang, I want that Omastar. I want all these slabs, but where's the Charizards? Charizards are always sold, man. We're always sold out. Everybody wants Charizard. I never have Charizard. But that Pichu is really good. I think you're not going to regret that one. That's a nice Pichu. Because he's Pichu. He's Macho Pichu. Okay, we're just putting these slabs back down. These are the Pricey Slabs, located in our Discord server in the Pricey Slabs channel. If you're brand new and maybe you're still kind of learning the ropes over here, what we really do is we take a picture of everything and post it to our Discord server. So you can, when I'm not live, you can go shopping all day long for what we have. So like this right here, see this scissor? There's a picture of him in our Discord server, so you know he's for sale. Same over here. The little 925 represents what month we priced them on. And so cards get up to date pricing, and it's cool. Now, you'll notice Mr. Steven is buying this Pichu, but what he's actually going to do with it is he's going to pay it down over time. That's called slab away. I think it's a pretty nice feature. One of the mistakes that new buyers for Pokemon make is they buy 20 of Pokemon cards here, 60 over there, 25 over here, 50 over there, and in no time at all, they've spent $750, and then they can't afford this Pichu because they don't have $750 anymore. They already spent it. The reason Slab Away is so nice is because for 20 bucks, you get to reserve this card for 6 months, half a year. You can extend that too, by the way, with another $25. Most people don't. They get it paid off in 6 months. So for 20 bucks, it's not like an interest fee or anything like that. It's a one-time fee you pay, like a rental fee. For 20 bucks, he's got this Pichu in Slab Away, and he gets to work on it instead of being tempted by all the little stuff that's all over the place. So it lets you focus on a big card. That's why we like it so much. Some people have said it's one of the better things that this channel does. And we've been doing that for 4 years. So Slab Away started in year 2, roughly. And we've been running it for 4 years. So if you're ever interested in that, ask more questions about it. You can read about it. Where do we talk about it? You should be able to read about it in... Is it directly in the description? Let me see. There's not a lot of room in the description. Yeah, Slab Away. Here it is. Slab Away. Pay down slabs over time. $40, $20 fee, and $20 down payment. Add 6 more months for $20. Oh, okay. It's $20 for 6 more months. Must be paid by 6 months and halfway paid by 3 months. Cancellation fee, $20 plus the price drop plus PayPal fee. And track your progress in Discord. Oh, that's pretty good. That kind of explains it all right there. That's good. Those are some really clear instructions. There you go. Good to see you going strong. I bought a lot from you, and it panned out great. Gonna pop in and buy some more soon. Nice, dude. Yeah. You know, I had a guy come in and say he bought a lot of stuff because we were buying a lot during, like, the Fusion Strike Evolving Sky period. And he said he only got into it because I was so fervent about it at the time. And years later now, he's selling off his Fusion Strike boxes for, like, he said he was selling them for like $900 a box. And the money he was going to make from selling off those boxes was going to pay for a new home. How crazy is that? And so he was talking about that in our live stream, but I get lots of messages like that in like DM or emails too. So people come back and they'll say something like, I remember buying a lot of cards with you and I spent like $10,000 and I can't believe I spent that much. And I thought I'd made a huge mistake. And now it's all worth 20,000. It's really funny. It's like, well, good for you. I'm glad it worked that way. All right. So Mr. Pichu, let's get him up there into the Discord. It's very interesting. Here's the thing, though. That doesn't happen 100% of the time, I'm sure. So be aware how fast you can lose all your money in a collectibles hobby with RNG products. So be careful. It's good to be sober about it. Pichu, $750. And then let's see how much you sent, actually. So you sent $20. So you owe $750 on it. I'm going to go put it over here. Good. A slab away is the best way to get very pricey slabs. Yeah, I wish I had more slabs for slab away. I just don't. That's just how it is. I don't. It's very popular, and I don't have enough high-end slabs to fulfill the demand. And it's not easy to get high-end slabs anyways. So it's very tricky to obtain those. They're like this really high intensive capital product with very little margin, meaning that like I could buy $1,000 Charizard, right? But then I kind of have to sell them pretty close to 1,000. Like if I tried to sell them for 1,500, people will raise their eyebrows and be like, I don't know, why don't I just go buy them on eBay? So then what I could do then is just sit on him for a long time. If I wait like a year, he will go up to 1,500. And then people will go, oh, 1,500, that's a great price. So at that point, a year later, I get to make money selling that Charizard. And then there's taxes and there's fees, right? Here's the tough part. It's like, I could do that, or I could have spent all that money just grading cards and selling them immediately. So it's really hard. It is to get high-end slabs because you're requested to sell them basically at the price that you bought them at. That's the hard part. Corey Blackburn, he says, get me in that pack split. Hey, Mr. Corey. Okay, Corey Blackburn. Here's how it works, Corey. You're in now. We need 9 more people. I do not recognize your name, so I can tell you're new. Okay. There we go. And we have a bag. There it is, the pack split bag. You're in. Your name being on this card acts as a list so that we know who's in there. Here's the pack split. So, Corey, you're waiting on 9 more people to join this now. Welcome to the queue. When this is completed, it'll activate instantly, and we'll open it up and see what's inside. There is a chance that you're not there when it gets open. So how do you see the results of the break? Well, we have a system for that. Here is the system. If we go over here, give me a second. It is... Oh, here it is. Okay, making sure I got this all set up. So it is right here in our Discord server, a channel called Breaks History. We also have another channel called Current Breaks. I don't know if you guys ever used that. But here's the Breaks History channel. You click on it, and you can see Miss Tammy, what she's doing here is she's giving you a link to the live stream where that break went off and talking about what break it was. So down here it says the Jumbo Pack break went off 1 hour and 42 minutes into this stream. So you can click on the link and scroll over to 1 hour and 42 minutes. So that is what's going on. That's called the Breaks History. And so if you get into a break and you're a little worried you're not going to see it live because it's not going to go off in this particular stream, you can always check to see what the outcome was later. The other thing is, if you want to watch it go off live, kind of keep an eye on it. Stop in from time to time and just, it's very easy, obviously, if you watch the stream from beginning to end and you watch every stream, you'll know exactly where it's at. But yeah, it's nice if you catch it live, obviously. That's why breaks that are close tend to go off really fast. I think that's what it is. We talk about that sometimes here. So like this one here, it's getting real close. There's 8 spots left on this cloud. He just moved by 2 spots in this stream. He was at 10 at the beginning. Now he's at 12. And people really enjoy seeing these go off. What's your Discord server? Yeah, there should be a link in the description. If you can't click on the link, try highlighting it, try selecting it, highlight the whole URL, and then your phone should give you an option to click open URL. So try that, okay? Have you heard of WOTA is now PSA for video game, just announced today? It's now PSA? What do you mean? PSA bought WOTA? PSA bought WOTA grading? That's a big deal if that's true. Here it is. I did not hear about that. That's news to me. Okay, we have an order over here for click. Andy Dirksen. He says, slab away the Vaporeon Poker plus 2 packs of Star Wars Galaxy Chrome. So here is the Star Wars Galaxy Chrome. Edward says, can you get into a break more than one time? Yeah, absolutely. So for example, this cloud has an odds of 1 in 20, and you can buy 5 spots in here. So if you have 5 spots in a 1 in 20 break, your odds are more like 1 in 4, aren't they? However, if you do not pull the cloud, you just paid for a quarter of it. So you're going to lose a lot of money. You're going to lose $200, and that's going to feel super painful. So you absolutely can buy more than 1 spot in a break. But if you miss, you're going to feel it. It's going to feel real painful. Think about it. $40 to buy in there. If you get just 2 spots, you're out $80. So, yeah. And some people do that. Some people buy 2 spots because they're having fun. But I always tell people this. Never spend more than you're willing to lose. Because if you do not pull that cloud, you will instead pull a cheap 1 penny Pokemon card. Or it could be a Weiss or a Dragon Ball or a One Piece card. Ooh. Admiral Hoff. What's his name again? Grand Moff Tarkin. Very cool. I always forget this guy's name. He was in another movie I watched at school in college. I watched a really goofy movie from the 80s, and it was called like The Green Knight or something like that. It was an old classic King Arthur story, and he was in it, and it was a really funny to watch. It was so cringy. But that was what made it good. I don't even remember why we watched it. I think if we were discussing King Arthur stories, it was world literature. And that professor just liked to have fun. He was a good professor. The funny thing is, I'd already done a class with that professor at the community college. And he got, I guess, hired onto that bigger university later. Here we go. We got a numbered card. Luke Skywalker, number 77 out of 199. Ooh. When you hear something funny, raffles... That's what this is. Not a break. Is only legal to do for charity purposes. Is he a priest? Otherwise, charge him back for his lackingness. Somebody has given you very bad advice, Mr. Pokey. My balls. This is not a raffle. It is called a break. And I've talked to people about whether it's legal, and they have said it is legal. And we've been doing it for 6 years now. And I have had to talk about it before, legally. And what we're doing is perfectly fine. So feel free to feel super bitter about it. And feel free to have people tell you it's super illegal. And if it was illegal, then PSA wouldn't be doing it with, GameStop? PSA wouldn't be doing this kind of stuff with GameStop. There was that other PSA machine in Las Vegas. There wouldn't be all the wheels and brakes and the brakes and sports cards. It's all over the place. If it was illegal, all those things would be shut down. But somebody obviously told you it was illegal and you're very bitter about it. So, but you're welcome to feel however you want about it. You can talk to your local legislator and say that, hey, I don't want these things. You're welcome to do all that. Here's a problem. When you open this is a lottery. When you open this booster pack, this is a lottery. This is a quote unquote raffle. When you open it up, you're buying a product, it's an RNG product, and it could give you a $500 card, or it could give you some hollows worth like 25 cents. It's the same thing. It's the same exact idea. When you go to the pop-up mart with the Labubus in it, it's the same idea. You can pull the Labubu worth $1 or the Labubu worth $500. So if you don't like RNG products, that's fine, but it's not illegal. It's money for product. It's not money for money. Money for money would be illegal. That's called a casino. And so I actually had to work on this subject because we do these breaks. Money for product is not illegal. That's how it is. That's how it is in the United States currently. And it's an interesting conversation. If you want to make it illegal, you can. But what you'll end up doing, you'll end up making booster packs illegal too. That's what will end up happening. All right, so that's for Andy Dirksen. Mr. Andy, you ready? Andy Dirksen. If he doesn't like them, he doesn't have to buy into them. Super easy. If he thinks they're bad for society, he can go to his politician. He can get politically active, and he can, push to make, breaks particularly illegal. And all that will happen is these so-called breaks will just be moved into sealed booster packs, and then you'll have to make booster packs illegal. That's exactly what will happen. You'll have to make booster packs themselves illegal. It's the only way to stop this. And we could live in that world if you want to do that. You could argue pop-up marts. You could argue booster packs, Pokemon cards, Yu-Gi-Oh, Dragon Ball, all this stuff. You could argue it's bad for society if you want. So you're free to do that. That's your opinion. Yes. It don't change over and over. The one singular breaks odds never change. Don't forget my slab away. Have no fear. It is right here. And we are working on it now. So that's Andy Dirksen. Here you go, Andy. People get really salty about it. And what you actually see going on in society is big companies like GameStop. They want you to be able to go onto their website and buy a digital booster pack with slabs in it now. And they'll advertise like, you got a chance for first edition base set Charizard. But then you'll spend like $200 on that digital. You don't even hold the card. It's a digital pack. You'll open it up and it'll be like some $50 card. But if you're lucky, you get like a $10,000 card. Okay. And the argument goes something like this. Hey, that's the slot machine. That's a slot machine. You can't do that. That's gambling. What do you think this is? What do you think this is? What do you think this is? Pokemon's been selling this for 25 years, 30 years. What do you think these are? When people open up Magic the Gathering, Final Fantasy, and there's a golden chocobo that sells for like $18,000. What do you think that is? So, you can get super salty and crash out over it if you wish and, go around yelling, repent or whatever. Or maybe somebody whispered in your ear. There's always somebody whispering in your ear. I'm whispering in your ear. Maybe somebody whispered in your ear and they said, it's evil. You have to stop him. So you're welcome to you're welcome to do that, to have that person decide for you whether you want to get rid of RNG products. Maybe we'd be a better society if we got rid of them. Okay, you ready, Andy? Mr. Andy, we're going to say, technically we're halfway done with September. Maybe we should start this in the new month. Turn that down a little bit. We're basically right at the halfway point, and it's not a super expensive slab. Let's say September 25. Andy Dirksen, PSA 10, Vaporeon. Okay. Pokemon's the devil. Yeah, basically. Pokemon's the devil. Get him. Yeah, I've talked to a lawyer about it, and I've even talked with the believe it or not, I've talked with the Attorney General of Missouri, their department. I've talked to them about it and laid out exactly what it is. And they said, is it money for money? I said, no. And they said, is it money for product? I said, that's exactly what it is. And they said, all right, you're good. That's what they said. They said, as long as it's money for product. All right. And I felt very confident about it after talking with them. So let's jump over here. And that's why it's going on all over America. There's stuff like this, breaks going all over the place. Sports breaks, digital booster pack breaks. It's a fun conversation to have anyways. I want to see how much you put down on this card. I'm a little distracted. Let me look this up real fast. So you sent in 84, and the price of the Star Wars pack is 22. Okay, so you put $40. That means $20 down on the card, just like usual. So this will be $320 remaining. Andy Dirksen, thanks so much. They said it's got to be money for product. And as long as that's what it's about, they said you're perfectly fine. There it is. Any breaks that are almost ready to run soon? Technically, the closest break would be this one, because it's the smallest break. Well, I mean, if you want to talk the smallest break, it would be something like this, a gym break with only 2 spots. But this would be the smallest break. There's 4 spots left. It's Nido King. There we go. Yeah, I mean, as a group, as a society, we can deem breaks and booster packs as no good. We could get rid of sports betting. We could make the casinos illegal. We can get rid of scratcher tickets. It's all the same idea. So that's just up for people to decide if they think they want to remove that from society. Okay. I noticed with the vertical streams, I don't get notifications. Huh, that is interesting. Let's see. Oops. So we're going to jump in here. We've got Mr. Yugi Tao. He says, one journey together. You got it, man. How's it going, Yugi Tao? Grabbing this. Oops. My man, Carddass, got all ends covered. There we go. Yeah. There we go. Ready? We've got Graveler, Kecleon, Double. Very good. Let's see. Your bag is somewhere over here, right? Grab this whole box. So you got a Graveler. That's pretty nice. What the hell? What the hell is this? I guess I had an empty Crystal Guardians pack on that shelf. Let's go ahead and put this over here. That is got a big crease in it now, though. Wow. Crazy how that's probably kind of valuable, and I just let it get lost because we have so much stuff like that. It just floats all over the place. Oh, I'm seeing a stack of cards that I think I never priced from a long time ago, and they're like Topps cards. I think I should price them. Aha, got you. A snack for later, that wrapper. Got to try and get in some Weiss pulls eventually. I'm here, says Mr. Mike Side. How's it going, Mike Side? How are things today for you? There we go. All right, so that's Mr. Yugi Tao, and now we've got Edward Cornelio. He says, bag sort review. You got it, man. So, the bag sort. Mr. Edward, you don't have a terribly large bag. It's a nice, easy one. So you got some nice hollows, Mew, Alakazam's good. Oh, okay, so you got something worth talking about in your bag, though. That's cool. Drowsy, Belly Bolt. Belly Bolt's kind of nice. I don't know how well Belly Bolt would do in the market. Here's a golden Mew. Wow, what's all this luck you've had? Gengar, Nidoking. That's decent. Okay, so when we sort through your bag, a couple cards stand out. This Nidoking does. Okay, give him his own sleeve. This Gengar. I can tell Gengar needs his own sleeve as well. Okay. This Mew, this Cinderace. I like to double stack the cards in the sleeves sometimes. There we go. All right, here's the Belly Bolt. Boop. And here's Alakazam. All right, nice. He's already in there alone. So these would be the cards you'd look into grading. Alakazam's the most valuable, probably followed by this Mew. This Gengar's in English. He's probably pretty valuable. So it probably looks something like these three right here. These are your big three. These three are also pretty decent. Probably your Nidoking comes next because he's Nidoking. Okay, so look at that. Beautiful. That is Mr. Edward Cornelio's bag. Thank you, man. All right. Mr. Edward. He's a new guy, by the way. He's a new guy. You want a bonus card? Where would I keep my bonus cards at if I've got them? I bet you got a bonus card over here. You want a little bonus card, Mr. Edward? I'll give you a bonus card. Let's see. Okay. So you got this cute little baby Yoshi coming to you. How cute is that? Very nice. Thanks so much, man. Now, what do we have after that? It's 6:09. Jack Woodworth says he will also jump into the pack split. So that's two people in that pack split for the Ancient Origins. Nowadays, you have to think of the Ancient Origins booster pack as a very different thing now. Because the reverse holo, by itself, the reverse holo can grade into a $500 PSA 10. Not saying it will, but it can. And that changes the value of it significantly. The whole booster pack's a very different thing now. You have to see it as like every pack has that reverse holo in it no matter what. So you've got a shot at something. Good. All right. Now, I want to see that stack of slabs. It's hidden all the way back here, and I just saw it. Saw it through the weeds here. grab this. I remember these. So we never priced these, huh? I think it's because I was thinking about just keeping them forever, never grading them, or never pricing them. Oh, these are the ones where I was thinking about doing a lot of cross grades. I remember this. Yeah, PSA was so horrible to me, man. No 10s in here. Shocking. Shocking. So these are potential slabs to crack, and that's why they are unsleeved. I just saw them at the corner of my eye hiding in the very back of the shelf. The question is, if you crack them, will you just lose more money? Could send these off to CGC. CGC might be nicer to them. I think we discovered that tag grading was definitely not nicer to them. Tag grading was meaner to them. They gave them harsher grades. So that could be a mistake, regrading these with tag. Tag is not nice to Topps cards. I'm going to set that over there now so we can study those a little closer. That Yoshi's adorable. I know, it's a good free one. Who doesn't want a free Yoshi? Here's Pal Brown. He says, another spot in my childhood video game hero, Cloud. Oh, Cloud is getting very close. I feel the momentum. Cloud, he could go off by tonight. I'm feeling it. The fact that he is moving so suddenly. It means that there was a lot of interest in Cloud and that people didn't want to jump in until he was at the halfway point. You see this a lot. They go, I want in, but I don't want to be in the first half. I want to be in the second half. I really think you guys wait forever for a break to go off when you think that way. So there we go. That's 13 out of 20. 7 spots remain on this Cloud. He is quite close now. Very special card. Okay, it's sad because those cards look really clean. Yeah, it's probably some basic notch in the card or something like this. It is pretty sad. Okay, we have a William Wafter getting into the Ancient Origins split now. Okay, Ancient Origins, William Wafter. There we go. All right. Pack split. Ta-da! Very good. 3 of these. We're at 3 out of 10. Very nice. Is that music stopped again? Man, the music's always stopping. There we go. Very good. All right. So Andrew A. Martin. Nido King break, 1 spot. You got it. 1 Nido King break. Andrew A. Martin. Ooh. Now, I believe with the Nido King break, we just keep the cards back here. Very nice. Lovely. That Yoshi's adorable. So, you know, if you like those Mario cards, we have the Retro Bowser as a break as well. He's at 3 out of 8. But not just that. I actually put a couple of these retro poker cards in the Raw Shuffle box. I don't know if you guys think about that very often. Here's the Raw Shuffle box. Often kind of punishing because they work like the Pokey Shuffles now. But sometimes you pull a really good pack out of here, and then you're like, hey, that's pretty sweet. So these are $10 a pack, and they're just random cards. Not always Pokemon. I've decided the Raw Shuffle should include all kinds of stuff, just that it should be very rewarding when you hit a hit pack. You should feel like, hey, that was worth it. So that is the Raw Shuffles. We're refining those. We got the Raw Shuffles and the junk packs full of junk. Let me show you a junk pack real fast. Here are these junk packs. And I try to stuff them with a little more junk, like as in, before I used to count up to like 10 cards, really specific. Now I just try to cram as much as I can in there. Here's a junk pack. Look at this. Here's an Anima all kinds of stuff. You guys were enjoying these. This is just an empty foil. That's what it is. That's an empty wax pack. And I found it in a box. I'm like, put it in a bag. So there we go. We sold out of these. You guys sold me out of these twice. So somebody's enjoying them. All right. Here is a Charizard EX only grading gem mint. Oof. Yeah, honestly, I don't need to look up a price for this guy. I don't care whatever the price is. Let's just get him out of here. Rare Charizard. That Aries record turned out to be more of a Trent Reznor album than a Nine Inch Nails one. Now, why do you say that? More of a Trent Reznor album? Oh, because you thought maybe it was going to be a lot of rock songs. No, yeah, I assumed that it was mostly going to be like instrumental. And they released the first song, and it was sort of like, sets the tone, right? But yeah, I was expecting it to be just like that. Actually, the last time he made a really good instrumental, you know, theatrical soundtrack, the Gone Girl soundtrack was so cool. And so I was kind of expecting that with Tron, because you can't have Tron just be rock music the whole time, obviously. It's got to be all like hypnotic and cool synth wave, synth pad vibes. So I was expecting that. I don't know. I felt like it was okay. I didn't listen to it too carefully. I kind of zipped through all of the songs. There was one where he was singing with another girl. That's not Mary Queen he's singing with, is it? His wife? Because I know they've made music together. They've made albums together. That's not Mary Queen in one of those songs, is it? I tried looking up who the vocalist was, and there was no way to confirm who it was. So I wonder, she'll probably be credited somewhere. It's good, but confused as to why I used the brand name instead of his solo stuff, guessing brand recognition. Yeah, actually, that's a great point. I guess they wanted to say, oh, it's Nine Inch Nails making this. Here's Steven Gonzalez. He says he'll try a Poke Shuffle. So this is the Poke Shuffle, and it's a $5 chance for a slab. There we go. All right, 1, 2, 3. Ooh, Phantom. That's cold. Oops. And then 2 junk packies. So this is $6 of junk pack right here, because they're $3 a pack. And here's what you've got out of it, Mr. Steven. This is a Karuta card. I was throwing these away for a while because I was just like, I don't know what to do with these. Wish Me Well, My Melody. I think we showed this one off, didn't we? We just showed this one off. It's a nice little box topper back there on that one. They don't all come with box toppers, but sometimes they do. I really am just stuffing them with whatever's lying about. Stanky Manky, Fortnite, some hollows from Attack on Titan, some more of these Hello Kitties. These are, by the way, this is Union Arena Nikke. That's what this is. And then here is a box topper. Very nice. All right. It's a big chunk of cards. Good. Steven Gonzalez, new bag. I'm going to get you a new bag for this one. I would ship it out with the other stuff, but I don't think it's going to fit. Would it? Wait, we already shipped you, right? I don't remember now. Oh, yeah, we shipped you the other day. Yeah, so you need a fresh bag. But you might already have a fresh bag. Let's go look that up. Okay. Now we're starting a new bag for you. Yeah, we ship. There we go. Very nice. It's been a busy daytime stream so far, hasn't it? Good. Okay. Nice. We'll set this up here. And we have Mr. Edward Cornelio. He says he wants the Charizard. Ah, here it is. Let me make sure that Mr. Ivan didn't try to buy this from me at the same time. Because he will say, you better check that. Let me see. Jumping over here. Looks like it's all yours. All right, cool, man. According to comments on the visualizer, it's an artist called Judeline. That'd have been cool if it had been Mary Queen. All right. but I get it. They're making a professional thing, so they just got a vocalist. There we go. Very nice. It's awesome. Good looking card. Yeah, it is nice. It's affordable, which is very rare in Pokemon cards these days. All right, so what do we have here? We have, that'll be left alone for now. And what about this? Here's a very old card. So get some very old abandoned cards. Let's see how old it is, though, to be sure. Okay, so even though these slabs technically are expired, he last made an order in January. We need to update these. That was his last time here, was January. Okay, cool. Place these here. Good. Whew. Nice looking spicy Charizard. Now I have Articuno and Charizard. Nice, man. Okay. Let's hit refresh. We've got a Mr. Andy Dirksen. How's it going, Andy? He says, 2 more Star Wars Galaxy Chromes. Ooh. You know, when I sell out of these, I wonder what Star Wars product I should be getting next. Very good. Snipping this. Good. All right. Is the line small? It sure is. The line is pretty clear at the moment. We are later in the stream, and so the wait times are nice and short. Ooh. Enemies to lovers. Okay. Let's set this here. Any other spicy card slabs? Ones that are exactly like that Charizard? Probably not. Probably not. I'm looking in all places, all odds and ends, to try and find little bits and pieces like that that I can get priced up and get a picture of it taken, looking through my pricey slabs and stuff like that. What do we have here? We've got the cool worm, or the rhino. Okay, not numbered. Morning Padme. We are. That's really sad. Do you know anything about Japanese Karuta card games? I do not actually know much about how the game is played. I know it's a children's game, and I know that Karuta cards are starting to, old vintage Karuta cards are starting to get gobbled up and graded. They are. I've got a really old vintage sealed one, but I can't get an average price anywhere online. They're still somewhat affordable, so I wouldn't describe the Karuta cards as very expensive. This is expensive because it's a Koro card. So anything from Koro starts to go for a lot of money. But if you're just talking about the thick cut cardboard Karuta sets, they're a bit experimental, and the visual drawings on those tend to be very simple. So they're not going to command like a super high price at any point, but they are still very interesting. They are part of the Pokemon paraphernalia. So they'll go for something, especially if you get a good grade on it. But again, it's not going to be like as high as like poker cards or something, you know, other, you know, alternative Pokemon products. All right. Yeah, I wouldn't expect them to go for a lot of money, the Karutas. George Smith, 10 of the Lost Abyss. You got it, Mr. George. All right. Mr. George. Oops. Ready? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I have a Pokemon Poker Pearl playing card pack too. Wow, that's like a tongue twister. So we need more Lost Abyss. I'll be right back. Are they worth anything? They might be. All right. Here we are. I'm having a snack. Okay. I didn't even know Pokemon pokers were a thing until I found this channel. Yeah, we have brought enormous attention to them. We have brought more attention to them than probably any other channel. Any other YouTube channel. They're still way underpriced. Compare them to like high-end Topsun cards. Topsun cards, even though they're the same artwork, go for way, way, way more money. So there's plenty of room for, you know, Pokemon card collectors to get into the poker aspect of the hobby. The playing card, we call them poker for short. PSA calls them playing cards. So in my opinion, there's still plenty of room to get in on that. Are you ready? I love them. And I think my extremely aggressive stance on them is going to pay off like crazy. All right, Aerodactyl. How about your Wobbuffet poker card? Nice, dude. Here's the Crocodile. Cold. Here's Daphne. And here's this guy with the nose. How much is Mime? Mr. Mime is a $200 Toro Karuta card. It's a lot of words. But yeah, essentially he's a little bit more expensive. You can see Trainer Red in the background. And you can see he's doing, right here, there's Trainer Red. You see Mr. Mime's doing some mime stuff. I like him a lot, so he costs a little more than the others. Okay. None of them are very cheap, by the way. Some of them are cheap, but you're talking like Rattata. Rattatat's cheap, because of course it's cheap. Here it is, George, thank you. Mr. George. We like Mr. George, because he's here hanging out with us today. There we go. Very nice. Background or foreground? I guess he's in the foreground. Yeah. It's a word you never think you're going to use. It's a bit of a strange word, isn't it? Okay, thank you, George. Would you guys like to see the whole table? Check this out. There's the whole table. Isn't that cool? Yeah, there's the Nintendo Game Pack. Makes you miss the horizontal stream. There we go. So let's get a little rotate in. Hello Kitty for 50 bucks. Eevee for $240. Ah, the Gengar break. Master Ball Gengar. Okay. So I think we're mostly out of stuff to price, and it's looking like what I might do is start rotating some stuff back up onto the table for fun. But just give me a minute. Look for a little more. Yeah, we are definitely. How about this? Maybe this one here. Cool. We're at a point where we're doing pretty good. And this might be time to start rotating some slabs back out of the slab boxes. Ones that have already had their pictures taken, rotate them back up onto the table. So here's one more. And one more. There it goes. Those are sick, and it's just Angel Law. Hey, how's it going, Mr. Angel? So I do have more of those. Oh, not this. Ah, here it is, probably in this box. Okay, you ready? Here's a Jinx, Vaporeon. There's Pikachu and Haunter, but I was thinking about keeping those. Maybe I should price them, but they're not going to be very cheap, to be honest. Haunter and Pikachu, I like them a lot. The Pikachu especially is probably pretty desirable. Some of those quest stickers that are so unusually difficult to acquire and usually at a high price. Some nice Blastoises. I think I was tempted to keep those, but I should probably sell them. Haunted price? Yeah, exactly. Like, who doesn't want the Haunter? He's cool, huh? Shining Tyranitar, Arcanine 9. Look, freewheeling. 1935 Mickey Mouse. Look, 1935. From a bubblegum pack. To put that into perspective, guys, World War II had not even happened yet. World War II happens later in the 1940s. This is 1935. Wow. Pretty old. You can't even fathom how old that is. You can't. Just like the title, you can't even fathom. Some pretty old stuff. Are you solid on prices? I don't tend to negotiate very much when it comes to pricing. My experience with negotiating pricing has been pretty sour. People get really aggressive about it, and then they get really annoyed or frustrated. So generally what we'll do is we'll pick one price, and if it doesn't sell, it'll rotate. So it'll disappear for a while and come back and see what happens. And that has been a pretty good strategy, actually. You know why? Because it's like, let's say a slab doesn't sell, and I just put it into storage for like a month. A month later, it costs more anyways. It's like, what? It just went up in price. So what was I missing out on? I missed out on not underselling the card for it to just go up in price in storage anyways. And so in general, we just price it one time, leave it alone. Our prices tend to be based off of cheapest buy now prices. Sometimes the cheapest buy now is an outrageously high price. So then we kind of compare like the last sold as well. So that's kind of how we do it. Here's Giratina from Lost Origins, but he graded 8. And here is Whimsicott 8 from Unbroken Bonds. This one's pretty old and it's a rainbow. Let me actually take a quick look into this one. Whimsicott. Do you still have a red deck Haunter? I might have flashed that on screen by accident. I don't know if I did. If I do have one, maybe I should make him for sale. Okay, that's about what I was going to price it for anyways. So there it is, Giratina, Whimsicott. This is priced up today as well. This is Nintendo Game Pack Series 2, PSA 7. The 7's, it's nothing wrong with that grade because, again, the wax packs, they don't really grade 10. Here's Edward Cornelio. He wants an English 151. You got it, man. All right, the one-pack snipe, right? Let's get you that Charizard. All right, very nice. Oh. I don't think he meant to hide you there, Mr. Edward. Let me unhide you. Sorry about that. Oh. So Alex is doing kind of a good job. He's looking carefully for issues with accounts. He noticed your account was pretty brand new, but this time, in this rare scenario, this time Edward appears to be Mr. Edward. Here it is. Here it is. All right. I understand why you were looking for that, Mr. Alex. We had a heckler come in here with a brand new account just a second ago. Here's Electrode. All right. Very nice. And ta-da! Hey, what's up, Dean? Sent for the whims. For the whims? Ah, yes, the whims. Thank you, Edward. I really appreciate you, man. Sorry about that. All right. And we'll place you over here. So let me move this out of the way because we know that's sold. We have a Nathan Gordon order for an Ancient Origins pack split. Here you go. That is Nathan Gordon. Mr. Nathan. All right. Move that out of the way as well. There's the pack split. Pack split in the front. Boop. We also have George Smith, 12 more Lost Abyss. 12 more Lost Abyss. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There we go. All right. Let's start snipping. We'll go ahead and snip this. 1 snip. And we'll snip this. 2 snips. Very nice. What do we got? Probably 1 Altart Gear T. Oh, here it is. It's Donphan. Delphox? What's the name of this Pokemon? I can't remember the name of this Pokemon. Hold on. I'm going to take a picture. God, man, there's too many freaking Pokemon. Oh, I got it. It's Delphox. Oh, my God. I had it. You know, it's weird. My brain was like, that ain't Delphox. Something else. Okay, we've got Cool Ninja Guy. Sableye. Marianne. Cool. The horsey. Oops. Here's an Aerodactyl. Oh. And Barnacle Boy. You'd like that, huh, Barnacle Boy? All right. Thank you, George. All right. Tossing that away. Folding these over. Oh, lovely. So let's grab your box. Ugh. All right, lovely. Very good. William Wafter. He says he'll take the Whimsicott. Here you go. Ooh. Okay, William Wafter. Very good. Nice. Can't believe it's already 6:38. Can you guys believe how late it's gotten? Wow. I hope you guys have been enjoying today's stream. Now, we got this to hand out another spot on. Have you guys smashed that subscribe button? If you haven't, take a second to do that because you need to be subscribed in order to win the slab. So smash the subscribe and type in TCC, and I will go ahead and hand out one more spot. Ready? All right. Click. It's going to be Hobo Cage Fighter. That's Elijah Martinez. All right. Was he the one who was saying he had his son messed up his job application? I felt so bad about that. God, we were talking about that last night. His son was real close to getting a nice job, and then he missed it. Oof. All right. No, it was somebody else. That's not you. Somebody with a similar name, though. Ivan Rodriguez says he will take the TCC slab. You got it, Mr. Ivan. Mr. Frenentixo, I'm Exadrian. Ah, okay, so you're Exadrian. Good to know. Ivan Rodriguez. Cool. That's how I got here. How'd you get here? You got here some way? He said he got here some way. So we got a couple of options. I could start pricing up even more weird stuff. How about this? Let's grab this box. Let's grab the box. So here is the Jinx, which we had once priced at $150. Let's see if we can find a Jinx, Tora Karuta Jinx. First of all, let's see what happens if we type in PSA Tora Karuta. Tora Karuta. Okay. There's only 2 cards listed under PSA Tora Karuta. There is a Meowth for $1,000. and a sorry about that, and a Rat-a-tat for $400. Wow, really not much. Let's type in PSA Koro Karuta. Okay, a couple more show up at that point, and it's the same deal. They're all super expensive. Wow, somebody got a CGC 10 on a Psyduck, and they want $2,000 for that. But it's a gem 10. It's not a mint. It's not a pristine 10. It appears no matter what, these are all super expensive. But I can see these two here are marked for 140, 140. And then if we scroll down, that's 2,000. That's 111. This one's 300. They want 800 for that Charizard, 160 for that. All right, so no matter what, they are expensive. If that's the case, I'm not going to lower her price too much because I just don't want to go way below what everyone's listing theirs at. But we will make ours a little bit cheaper. Let's make it 120. And then if it doesn't sell, it just doesn't sell. Might need to be listed up on eBay, actually. What language is this? Can anyone explain this language? That's crazy pricing. It almost looks like Thai language, but I know it's not Thai, right? And yeah, I know the price looks really crazy, but you have to understand, like, you're looking at some really bizarre, rare vintage product that no one owns. It's super rare to own, and it's from the Koro magazine itself. That's this sort of like brand or title that is super, super familiar with Pokemon cards. I was showing you guys my Koro Mew that I just bought for $3,800. Now it's worth $20,000. So if it's got that in the title, it came out of a magazine or something, and people just, maybe the name sells it. I don't know. But there it is. So it's a little bit cheaper. That's the language of the gods. It's Jinx language. Yeah, it's got to be like Jinx's language or something. It's really funny to look at. So Jinx makes it back up on the table. Very cool. And why am I selling that? Because I have another one. That is the only reason. Otherwise, I would not be selling. And here is English 151 because I think they are the bee's knees. They're very cool to show off. Very strange thing. Might be a good item to place into the live customs when you think about it, because people might not want to buy it outright for 120, but if they pull it out of that box for 40, they might be like, that's cool. Here's Bulbasaur. Look at that Bulbasaur. Oh. You got one Bulbasaur, hollow. Thank you, Mr. Edward. Use Google Translate on it. That's an interesting idea. They are. Maybe I give that a shot. Okay. Yeah, let's use Google Translate. I did not think of that before. Okay. Detect language into English. Nope, doesn't recognize it. It's not a real language. That's totally made up. Cool. That's Pokemon language. No luck on the English 151. It's a very fun set to open, and even the reverse hollows in that set might do you well in a couple years. So don't lose those. Hold on to those, and we'll see how it goes a little while later. Now, I think it's a great time to wrap up the stream. We're all out of orders. It feels like it's winding down a little bit, doesn't it? So it feels like a good time to wrap up. This has been a pretty successful Friday daytime stream, and tonight we will have the late night stream, and we'll be handing out more Pikachu spots. So be there for the nighttime Friday stream, starting at about 1 a.m. Central Time. So that's 2 a.m. in New York. That is 11 p.m. in California. I'll see you guys there. I'm going to go eat dinner and take a whiz. All right, have a nice night, guys.